of this afternoon's session. I am super thrilled to be sharing the platform this afternoon with one of your fellow students, student Noleto Novamba. Student Novamba, I muted your mic for a moment. You can just unmute yourself, and let's get the presentation on the road. So this afternoon, we have a very special guest. I have invited one of your fellow students, student Noleto Novamba, as our special guest this afternoon, simply because she is one of the star students in my module FOR5907. She got for assignment 1, Noleto, now I'm going to brag about you. For assignment 1 for my module, she scored 89%. And for assignment 2, she scored 71%. So you will see from these marks that this is a lady who knows what she is doing. So this afternoon, Noleto is going to talk to us a little bit about herself. She's going to share with you some insights on how she prepares, work-life balance, meeting deadlines, and any other tips which she felt that she wants to share with you. So now I'm going to invite Noleto to unmute herself and to tell us a little bit about herself. Thanks, Noleto.
Good day, Prof. Benson and fellow students.
Hi there.
My name is Noleto Novamba. I work for DPCI, attached in the Serious Commercial Crime Investigation Unit in the Eastern Cape. I hold the rank of a captain. I'm a bit of an introvert. I'm nervous as hell as we speak. But this is a good learning experience for myself as well, to interact with fellow research students. I must say, firstly, Prof. Benson, I must say thank you for always going an extra mile to assist us with any information that we need. You are very active, I must say, and that assisted a lot in doing my assignment. Yes. With all those platforms, my UNISA, you are very active on my UNISA, active on the Telegram group. I'm a bit nervous. You'll forgive me.
Not a problem.
Fellow
Not
research
a problem.
students and Prof. Benson. Beginning of when I registered for this, yes, Prof.
Yeah, no, no,
yes,
sorry,
Prof.
carry on. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yes. At the beginning, what we did, I met up with my fellow research students that are based in Cape Town. I think one of them is attending the group, Kolisa, and the other one is Zetu, but she's on course at the moment. So we decided to form a group. They are based in Cape Town and based in the Eastern Cape, just to share the task, but to always adhere to the guidelines of academic integrity.
Yeah.
They had different topics. I had my own topic. And I started with, you had an activity, Prof. You even left a video for us on my UNISA, explaining in details as to what is white collar crime. I think that assisted a lot, and because you need to have a full understanding. White collar crime is different from your other cases like murder,
yes,
rape, and so forth. When you deal with white collar crime, you deal with a crime that's deal with like educated people, I'll say.
Yes.
It's totally different from your normal crimes like murder and so forth. And what assisted me the most specifically, I would, you remember, Prof, you left guidelines for us
Yeah.
on my UNISA as
Mm-hmm.
to how to tackle the assignment.
Mm-hmm.
That was step-by-step assignment 2, guidelines on assignment 2.
Yeah.
And it was divided into 3 chapters. There was chapter
Mm-hmm.
1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. Um, First, on chapter 1,
Mm-hmm.
I had to do the rectifications from assignment 1.
Yes.
What I did, I took my assignment 1, printed it out, and I took those guidelines that you gave us.
Mm-hmm.
And I did my assignment step by step, starting with chapter 1, the cover page, what was required on the cover page, and I made corrections with the feedback that you gave me on the problem statement. I think the problem statement
Okay.
is the one part of the assignment 2 that was a bit challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, um, with the problem statement, one has to use a real life problem. You don't formulate, you must state where the problem is occurring.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, myself, I used statistics. I went to the SAPS intranet and I retrieve the statistics based on the assignment that I used,
Mm-hmm.
because I was doing the money laundering. So I had to get statistics for one of the areas for commercial crime.
Okay.
Um, and Prof, sorry to
Yes.
be all over the place. And
Not a
another
problem.
thing that I'm forgetting, you gave us a lot of information on my UNISA, and the classes. There was a class that was in July. Um,
Mm-hmm.
in that class in July, I think I attended. I went through that class maybe more than 3 times.
Yes.
Because remember, you explained the problem statement thoroughly. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's one of the things that assisted me a lot with a problem
Okay.
statement, because I had issues, but I didn't have much of a problem after I attended your class.
Okay.
Because you
So the
explained it
video
in
helped.
details. You must state exactly what is happening. The video helped, Prof. The video
Okay.
helped. And I also stick to the feedback that you gave me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I use stats and the area where the problem is occurring, and I
Yeah.
pointed out what exactly is occurring.
Mm-hmm.
And I made sure that throughout the assignment, whatever information that I've gathered from the researchers, from the authors,
Mm-hmm.
my voice must be heard. I must also have an opinion, my understanding.
Very
And that
important.
opinion must be based on the topic that I'm researching.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. And I tried, Prof, to base all my arguments um, in the context of existing literature.
Very important.
And there's another thing that I noted that was a bit tricky with our assignments.
Mm-hmm.
One had to be very careful when choosing the research design and the research design and approach. And also, one had to be very careful when choosing the technique, the data collection technique that one has to use. Because when I was reading through the guidelines that you help, it was quite a thick document. But if you do your assignment a step by step based on that document, you will give a prof exactly what she required from us. And you remember on this one, Prof kept on saying, we are not going to be doing interviews. We are doing
Mm-hmm.
the literature study. So your arguments must be based on the literature study. You cannot discuss interviews while you're doing literature studies. That was my
Yes.
understanding, Prof.
Yes.
Yes, Prof. I think also with the referencing,
Mm.
uh, whatever appears on top, that's my slogan, Prof. Whatever appears on top must appear at the bottom. I know sometimes when you are tired, sometimes you forget to reference. You will cite on top, then you forget to reference to edit in the reference list. But you will lose marks because of that. I think I made one mistake where I forgot to reference something. What I usually do, Prof,
Mm-hmm.
when you let's say you are doing a problem statement and
Yeah.
you are writing authors, you're citing something. You as soon as you deal with that paragraph, go at the bottom of your page, do your referencing, even if you're still gonna rearrange it at a later stage, but
Mm-hmm.
do it as soon as possible. Don't finish your assignment, then you go paragraph looking for uh, your sources and you want to reference. You will make a lot of mistake and you will lose a lot of
Mm.
marks. Yes,
Mm.
yes, and follow the correct referencing style. I think our group, we assist each other. People are very vocal. You ask anything, they will assist. Let's just assist each other.
Mm.
I think as
Important.
master's students, we know now plagiarism is not accepted. So let's just assist each other. You'll have your own topic, but if you've got a problem, you can discuss it in the group.
Yeah.
Yes. I think on the assignment, Prof, those are the highlights
Okay.
of the assignment. And also on the UNISA forum, there is a section there. Whatever information that is there, just take time to read through that information. That information will assist you. I remember there was also something that you left for us there in my UNISA that was showing us as to how to combine the sentences, the
Mm-hmm.
words, rephrase, like paraphrasing and so forth.
Yeah.
And another thing that I would like to leave with my fellow research students, let's refrain from using those what is chat gp and quillbots,
Yeah.
because once you use that you are deviating from the topic and your voice will not be heard. Each and every step of your assignment, all three chapters, you must formulate an argument and your voice must be heard. You see, when you go through your assignment, when you read, you'll know that, okay, the voice of the author, I cannot hear the voice of the author there.
Mm.
Then you add information to make your topic understandable. And I think, Prof, whatever you do, it must be based on the topic. Do not deviate. I know
Yes.
it's so many pages, but
Mm.
uh, it's very important to state what are you researching, why, and the
Mm.
outcomes on the last part, the chapter 3. What did you discover on the
Yeah.
research that you were doing? Must also highlight. Hence, I said the voice of the author is very important. As a researcher, you must make sure that your voice is heard. I think you can take over, Prof. I'm a bit nervous. I've never done
Um.
this, but I think you
You are
can take.
doing fabulous. No, you are doing
Yes,
fabulous, Noletu.
yes,
Tell
Prof.
me quickly, are you a little bit of a personal question? Are you married? Are you a mum? You've told us now you work in the Eastern Cape at the DPCI Commercial Crimes. Tell us a little bit about how do you balance life, work, and studies?
Oh, Prof,
Uh,
it's very difficult. I've got a
uh,
5-year-old. I live with my
oh,
son, and they require a lot of attention. Once you
yeah.
open your laptop, they're there with their little fingers.
Oh,
So what I usually do, I schedule my work. I think it's much better to start early, because if you start with
mm,
your work late, you will make a lot of mistakes and
yeah.
you'll be under pressure, you'll be stressed, you will not be thinking clearly. How I manage my work, I don't sleep. I don't sleep. I remember when we were doing our assignment too, I think for like almost 2 weeks, I was sleeping at 2 o'clock. And in the
Sure.
morning, I have to wake up and go to work. But now,
Mm,
with assignment 3, I managed to take leave some time off from work so that
ah,
I can
say.
fully focus on my work.
Mm.
But you don't worry, you will sleep after you've submitted Prof. Benson's assignment.
That is so true. That is so true. And you are such a stunning example of a working mum. And I think a lot of our students can identify with you and how difficult it is having to juggle life, being a mum at home, and cooking and cleaning and attending to the
Yes,
children and work as well, and then having to study as well. No,
yes.
that's awesome, and thank you so much for sharing. I want to chat quickly about you. You said about start early. Um, do you think that's one of the reasons you did so well is you started early in the year working through your assignments?
Yes, yes, Prof. That did help. As much as it was assignment 2 was a bit challenging because it was a lot of
Mm-hmm.
work.
Yeah.
But I think also just sacrifice those
Mm,
few weeks, those few days in order to get the work done. I think we all paid from our own pockets when we registered for for these modules.
sure.
So we, I think it's sacrifice, Prof. Start early,
Mm,
make sacrifice, and because if you don't, by the time you do your assignment on the last minute, you are under a lot of stress. You
yeah.
cannot even. I think research requires a lot of focus. You
Mm,
must be like be not be absent minded. You must just, it requires a lot of focus from you. So
mm,
when you doing it at the last minute, you will make a lot of mistakes. You will
yeah.
not be able to double check what you've did wrong, whether your assignment is done correctly. And also, I think it's because I'm a bit of a perfectionist.
Mm-hmm.
You see, when I'm busy with my assignments, you should see my table.
Oh.
I look for information. I like. Yes, Prof. I think you also assisted us a lot with this module. I will give you that credit because you gave us everything. You it's for the first time. I've never met a lecturer that's so dedicated to making sure that all those students pass. And
Well,
also, Prof, I think at the beginning I had the issue of connecting on Teams. But what I
yes.
used to do, I'll go on YouTube. I've seen your videos on
Uh,
YouTube. You
yes,
can
yes.
just watch the videos afterwards, even if you're cooking. Like,
Mm,
you see the video about the modus operandi, the session about the modus operandi.
yes.
I was busy in the house cleaning and I was listening. I put it on loudspeaker and I was
Ah,
listening. Yes, you can just multitask if you don't have time. Okay,
mm,
with the referencing one, it requires you to sit down and take notes.
yes,
But there are
yes.
other sessions that you can just listen to them
Mm.
just while you're busy at home.
Yes, that's the thing with our lives. Noleta, you touched on two things that are very important. Focusing, when you are working, and I think this is some of the tips that your fellow students need to also take away, is that when you are doing your assignment, you need to engage your brain. Then is
Yes.
not the time to multitask. Then is the time to sit down and focus.
Yes.
Focus, ask yourself, what am I busy with? What is my topic? What is the research questions I'm looking at? Who are the authors? Where is my voice? I simply loved your discussion where you talked about your own voice that comes
Mm.
out in the assignment. That is vital. And then when you said read, you read a lot. And that is part of the landscape of a postgraduate student. You will not know what is going on in the literature if you don't read.
Yes, yes, Prof.
And always try and have something with you if you're in the taxi or if you're on the bus or on the train or sitting waiting at the doctor's. I always have either my laptop or an article that I'm busy reading so
Yes,
that I use my time wisely. And you
yes,
make me
Prof.
think of myself when you spoke about the referencing, to do your referencing in real time. I cannot underscore that more. That is so vital. You come
Yes.
back tomorrow, you've forgotten about it. You've
You
forgotten where it
forgot.
was.
You
Yeah.
can't even find it on the
Yes.
source. You can't even find the source.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's true. I spent about 2 months looking for a source, and I eventually I found it, but I mean I could have spared myself so much hassle.
Yes.
So yes, valuable, valuable, valuable advice. Noleta, we've reached the end of what I wanted you to chat about. I'm going to ask your fellow students if they want to ask anything, if they want to make a comment, to raise their hands, or to pop us a question in the chat box, and then we can take those questions.
Not a
So if
problem, Prof.
there's anybody that wants to ask Noleto a question or myself, please do so. You can just raise your hand and then I will acknowledge you. I don't see any hands. I'm not seeing any questions. Um, Okay, so Nuleto, thank you so much. I'm not going to delay and belabor the point. I think you've given all of us incredible insight and incredible practical advice. I find it incredibly valuable that you, as a student, share with your fellow students your experience, because I think your fellow classmates can relate easier to you than they would to me. And let me tell you, you hit the nail on the head with everything you spoke about.
Thank you so
So
much, Prof.
thank you so much, and congratulations on your academic progress. You really are one of my star students, and I'm super thrilled at your development and how you have progressed. Yes, indeed. Let us give Naletu a hand. We'll give her
Thank
a
you so much, Prof. Much appreciated. I
I'll
appreciate
say.
it, Prof.
Okay. Oh, and thank you everybody for coming, and we will share the recording on the module site as well as on the YouTube channel. Have an awesome day, everybody. I look forward to receiving assignment 3. Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Bye-bye.
much, Prof. Bye.
Okay, bye.